everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. And this guy is a really cool character. I loved him in Transformers 1. It sucks that the movie didn't get the attention it deserves because I would love to see a sequel to it. But, you know, this is where we're at, and honestly, I'm really happy with the toys we have been getting. Recently, the Starscream and Alita haven't been that good, but I do like the Sentinel and the Optimus that have come out. I know some people aren't a big fan of the Optimus, but I do think he's pretty cool. But aside from that, let's take a closer look at this guy. So starting off in the robot mode, we can see Sentinel Prime looks extremely accurate to how he looked in the movie. I think this is one of my favorite Sentinel designs. I know a lot of people like Dark of the Moon a little better, but to me, I do think this is a really good design for the character. I love the head sculpt. The head sculpt is really cool. I do love how that thing turned out right there. His chest is awesome too, but it is one of my biggest complaints because these two side pieces love to come out easily. Like if you're just playing with the figure, they come out easily, and I'm just not a big fan of that. But design-wise, they do look pretty cool right here. He's got some nice broad shoulders, some nice thick arms. His legs are awesome too. No gappage going on here. They did a really good job keeping this filled in. Looks pretty good. He's got some big menacing wings out here. You can kind of position these any way you like to. You can stick them out here or all the way back there if you want to, so that's pretty cool that you can do that. On the back side, he's got a little bit of a backpack with the cone sticking out back here of the plane, but it's not terrible. I don't think it's an awful backpack. Like I said, no big gaps or anything, so they did a really good job keeping this guy pretty clean, so I think it's a really nice robot mode. So when it comes to the accessories, we have these two little guns right here that Sentinel can wield if you want him to. I don't like to do it, but if you think Sentinel needs some guns, you can go ahead and stick those suckers in there. He also comes with this big old shield right here, and you can go ahead and tab it on his arm. There's a tab right here and a hole right there, so you can go ahead and stick it right there if you want to. The way I like to do it is I like to take the weapons off and just keep the guns on the shield, because there's these two big holes right there, and it's kind of jarring to look at, so I like to keep that filled in with the guns. So go ahead and put those there, so you can see how that looks. I think that's a better look. I just wish they included his sword, you know? He had that double wielded sword, and I think that thing looked awesome, but they just didn't want to include it, I guess, and it kind of sucks because that was a really iconic weapon for this guy. But, you know, I'm not really that upset with the ones we got. It's still pretty okay. So here we have Sentinel Prime in his battle mode, and I think it's a really awesome design. I'm really happy they were able to integrate this into the figure because he does look fantastic. This is a really cool design, especially with the head. Now that he has a battle mask, you can keep this on in the robot mode like normally. It just folds into the chest here, so you could keep that on if you want. But it looks really awesome in the battle mode. He's got these pieces on his shoulders. His arms turn into thrusters, which is pretty awesome. He's got nice cannons on the side of his legs. And of course, his feet turn into some big thrusters as well. So this is just a really cool design. I'm really happy that it's included because it does look cool. You can actually keep him standing on your shelf like this. His feet are still supported, but if you bump into the shelf, it will knock him over. So it's kind of up to you how you want to display him, but he does look fantastic in this mode. When it comes to articulation, Sentinel can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around. If you want him to, he can look up in the air as well, but he cannot look down upon you, so that sucks. He can stick his arm out up to here. That's about as far as it goes right there. You can stick it all the way around as well, but his wing does get stuck, but you can move it out of the way, and you got no problems there. He does have a bicep rotation and an elbow bend. It gets stuck on the side here, but if it's straight, it goes all the way up, so that's nice. Nothing with the wrists, though. Those are just stuck into place, so that's a bit of a bummer. When it comes to the waist rotation, he does have one. It goes all the way around, so you got no problems there. He can stick his leg out up to here. He can kick it back all the way as well, and he can kick it out to the side all the way as well. That's pretty cool. It's a nice little kick right there. He does have a knee rotation right there, and he has a knee bend. It's 10 out of 10 on the bend right there. Looks pretty good. And, of course, we got some ankle pivots right there, so we can make Sentinel Prime stand any way we please. So for comparison, let's go ahead and put Bumblebee from Transformers 1. You can see how they look together. I think Sentinel should be a little bit taller though, but that's just my opinion, so you can see that. And then we'll bring out Optimus Prime from Transformers 1, so you can see how they look. It's a pretty good size. I mean, he is a Prime now, so he is probably about the same size right there. So that's pretty cool. And of course, we'll bring out Megatron from Transformers 1 as well. That's a pretty good pair up right there. So you got that. And last but not least, we'll just bring out the behemoth himself, Studio Series Optimus Prime. You can see Sentinel's just a little bit tinier than Optimus. So really quickly, we'll have him transformed in his battle mode, and you can see the height difference when you put him into that mode. He does become taller, but not by that much, so you can see how that looks. And here we have Sentinel Prime in his jet mode, and this thing looks so cool. I hate that it didn't make it to the final cut of the movie because this is such a cool Cybertronian jet. It's just a really nice design. I love the decals through here. He's got some nice guns on his wings. It's pretty cool. The backside, you can see it's just his little feet right there, and then the thrusters for the jet. That's pretty awesome. And I love this little cockpit area over here. Nice gold color. I think that's pretty cool. So, I mean, it's nothing too exciting. Like, the design doesn't have all these details and such, but it just looks cool, and I really wish we were able to see that. And it sucks because we're not getting a sequel, so I mean, this is the only time we're going to be able to see this in Sentinel Prime from that movie. So, yeah, and the underside, I mean, the underside's kind of messy because it's just his robot mode bits, but, you know, it's not too terrible. I still think it looks pretty cool. And there's one last thing I want to touch on. You actually do have some weapon storage in the vehicle mode. You can see there's a tab right over here, and you can stick the shield right there if you want to. And if you don't like your guns over here, you can stick it on the side of his shoulder in the vehicle mode. You can just put it in there. If I can get it, you can see, you can just stick it right there. So now it's time for my favorite part, the vehicle comparison. So let's go ahead and put Bumblebee in here. And you can see how these two look together. Look pretty good. So you got that. And next up, we'll bring out Optimus from Transformers 1. So you can see how they look. So you got that. And next up, let's bring out Megatron from Transformers 1 as well. You can see these two are closer in size and kind of in length. I mean, Sentinel's definitely longer, but you can see how they look. And last but not least, the Omega Supreme Optimus Prime from Studio Series 86. So you can see how they look. I mean, obviously, he's a behemoth compared to him. But yeah, there you go. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime? I'll say this much, guys. I think he's a huge win. This is a really good toy. He doesn't have any gappage on him aside from up here on his upper arms. But really, aside from that, he's solid. And the only complaint I would have is just that chest piece. The chest piece just doesn't tab into place that well. So when you move him around, it does come out of place. And it's super annoying. So I got to knock him points for that. But really, aside from that, he's just a really cool toy. I'm really happy with him. So for the collector's rating, I'm going to go ahead and give Sentinel Prime a 9. I think he's fantastic. I'm really happy they included his flight mode, his battle mode, wherever you want to call it, and his jet mode looks really cool, and his robot mode is fantastic. So if you haven't gotten him, I think you will enjoy him if you get him. And if you want to, you can put him in the battle mode and put him on your shelf, and I think he'll look really cool on your shelf if you want to do that. And for the parents rating, I'll give Sentinel Prime a 9 as well. I think kids would really enjoy him. So if you see him at the store, I think he'd be a really cool gift for them because he's a really fun toy and he doesn't have any problems. He's not hard to transform. And maybe the chest piece might annoy them, but really, I don't know. I don't think it would. But, you know, it's up to you. His accessories aren't that small. I mean, he only comes with those 2 guns and then the shield. So it's really up to you if you think those will get lost. But really, aside from that, I do really enjoy this guy, and I think you will too. So with that, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you guys like the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me when you do. And leave your comments down below. That's the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love Sentinel Prime? Do you hate him? Or do you just kind of feel meh about him? So go ahead and leave those comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.